Think about the last time you presented something to a customer. How did it go? Did you get what you asked for? Did you even ask for something? In consulting, we usually only get one chance to make a good presentation and a good impression. Therefore, you want to make it as effective as possible. How you can do that is by making it focused and concise, preparing and practicing a ton, and leaving ample time for Q&A. To make it focused and concise, think about your three main points you want to make. Anything more or less is not going to be effective. And you have to make those 3 points at a level your audience is going to understand. A presentation to executive leadership should be very different from a presentation to end users, for example. One leadership presentation I gave recently focused around the business's strategic goals. So I presented something that said, let's take their 2 different parts of their business and bring them together and aligned. Let's take a bunch of offline Excel spreadsheets and systematize and automate that. And third, let's unlock a lot of financial savings through tax automation. Well, we didn't just go in and present those 3 points. For several weeks leading up to that, we practiced and prepared. For example, one thing we did was all get in a room, all list out our points, think about the main points, and then we said what questions might be asked. We all brainstormed a ton of questions and then had people ask us those questions while we practiced presenting as if it was the real deal. Additionally, we made sure to ask our audience in advance what were their strategic objectives. Were we on the right track? Were the things we were planning to present with our coach the right level and the right message to relay that really resonated with them? And we made some tweaks from that. We then didn't just do that once, we did that many times over several days. And I even practiced in front of a mirror and said things out loud with the group and videotaped myself. So you don't make a presentation the day of, you practice and prepare, and the day of you just go and go kill it. Lastly, leave ample time for Q&A. We had a 60-minute slot and we only presented 30 minutes of content. And we told our audience up front, we said, we're only gonna give you 30 minutes of content. We want Q&A throughout it. And that kind of was different for them. So as we went throughout the presentation though, they were a little hesitant to start asking questions. So we made sure to pause after each major section, each point. And at one point, I used a technique and said, I presented a question and said, well, here is something that most customers at this point would ask, and here's a response to that. And that generated some additional buzz and question, and then it got the ball really rolling. By making sure the audience knew it was a safe space to ask questions, and even priming some questions, that helped generate a lot of important discussion that we wouldn't necessarily have as content up on the screen. So make your presentation effective by making sure you're focused and concise, you practice a lot, and you leave ample time for Q&A. There's a lot of great extra information below, and I hope you'll read the post. Thanks.